when you see somebody running their own show and then you want to jump in it and then like pretend as if you're the boss of the show, when you knew you went there and saw the person being the boss already, but because you have boss issues, you cannot do that to people, because then you're showing that you don't really have love. You just want to rule a person, or want to inflict pain, and your heart is a delicate thing.
Yeah.
You have to protect your heart. When somebody point blank says they want to walk over your heart after they stated that they love you, you just have to step away from that person, because obviously that's a person that will put poison down your throat.
It's a different type of love that they're looking for than you're not looking for.
It's not really about looking for. It's just about what they are and what they. I mean, some people are just vicious, and vicious people. You have some people that are just docile.
Yeah,
it's just simple as that. So vicious people. It's just like back in the time you had tribes who were cannibalistic. They would raid other tribes and they would eat the people. And you had some who were docile and they were into nature and herbs and life. So we come from. I mean, we're one people, but there was different nations upon the earth, and we're all mixed up now in one pie, but you still have the ingredients separate. So you're still going to have that person who's always going to be aggressive, or that's just the way they're going to be. So those people, you have to say, okay, you need to go over there and just maybe deal with people who like to be vicious. And at some point when you decide to be docile, then
we might let you come back in after, you prove it to us. You prove that you're willing to make that change. And it's not about changing people. It's about you gotta work. You gotta worry about yourself time. And you gotta evolve into a better person before we want to keep you in our lives.
Yeah, and it's important.
Like one of the things that I kind of I don't know how familiar you are with the Holy Dalai Lama. Are you sort of?
Yeah, I mean I know about the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama is from is it Tibet?
It's Tibet. Yeah, he is the high priestess of Tibet and the leader of Tibet. He said something that really inspired me last year when I was having a really rough time at home, was when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Just because you have that bad experience, or you have that bad experience with a person, learn from it. Don't just let it go away. Don't let it become nothing. Make it a reason that you had to experience that bad influence in your life.
Yeah.
If let's say you had a fight with your dad, why did that fight happen? Why did this happen? Learn from that so that you can better yourself, instead of just, I had a fight with him, never mind. It'll go away in a couple of days. If you're going to have to experience that bad influence or that bad moment, learn from it, make something of it, Yeah,
I mean, you definitely have to learn from everything, but it's not really a loss. It can never be a loss, because if you decided that something was, it's like a guy taking drugs, and then every time they're taking drugs, they realize that the drugs is destroying them. So them pushing away the drugs is not really losing or anything. It's just them saying that the drugs itself is not good.
Yeah.
So if the drug is not good, you have to put it, as I say, it goes back to the word good. You know what I mean? And good doesn't just mean that a person is perfect. But if a person just simply, all their effort is to tear you down and make you look like the worst in every situation, and try to not come at you because they genuinely love you, but come at you to always be teaching you a lesson when you're not doing nothing bad, because you're doing your work, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But just because you're doing good, when they expect you that you would be struggling and crying out, they feel like they have to create a problem all the time. But it's also because they just want your attention, and they just want to talk to you because they respect you that much at the same time. But there's ways to approach people in a civilized manner.
Oh, absolutely. There's completely different ways to approach a situation and be happy that someone's succeeding, instead of being, I don't want to say jealous.
Resentful.
Yeah, resentful is a good word.
There are some people, they're just plain jealous, and jealousy is a disease. Like Bob Marley said, jealousy is a disease, and this is the truth.
He also said jealousy and greed are a disease, didn't he?
Yeah, jealousy and greed are a disease. But sometimes you have people who, they see you with something and they want to experience what you want. It's like you having a car. It's like you buy a brand new car and then you take the car around so many times and drive it and you get bored of it and you put it down, and another guy comes along and the second-hand car that you put down, he wants to rev out the second-hand car. You're not going to fight your brother and say, oh no, don't drive the second-hand car. You're going to say, drive the second-hand car.
If you want it.
I already revved it as a new car, and being that I revved it as a new car and took it around many times and revved it, take all the revs you want because it's second-hand.
Yeah, it's yours,
It's yours. Take the second hand. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. I mean,
but you know what? There's also another thing to say to that if he's perfectly happy with having that second hand, why not?
Why not? But that's what I'm saying. If you're perfectly happy with, it's like Snoop Dogg.
If you had a good experience from that,
with the second hand,
and he can have a good experience from the second hand, and it's never going to be new to me again.
To me,
go for it.
Okay, to me, okay, this is how I view life. If I bought up, like I said, the same new car. You see, because I get to drive it brand new, I get that new smell. when you get a new smell, once you have inhaled a new smell and, you know, and stuff like that, I mean, that's the greatest feeling. And once you have gotten that feeling and, you know what I mean, it becomes of boredom to you. So you have to just park that car and then your brother can take a second-hand drive, and it's not wrong. It's still love, because as I say, if it works for the person, it works for them, and that's fine.
Yeah, if it makes them perfectly
happy.
happy.
If it makes them happy, that's fine.
They're not gonna have what you had.
They're not gonna have why. They're not gonna get that first feel. It's like okay, it's like when they went to the moon.
Yeah.
They'll never be. They'll
never be that first step on the moon ever again.
So you say like they always say you have one Bob Marley and you have one whoever was one Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Or one Barack Obama.
But when you say that though, there's never going to be that one first time. But if the other people, the second time they went to the moon, if they were perfectly excited with having the second time going to the moon,
great,
good for them. Good for them.
As I said, if the second-hand vehicle makes you happy, what I used to rip out. Yeah. Fine.
Lance
you know what that
is okay
shows
with
me?
it.
You know what that shows me? That shows me that you want to be me, or you respect me so much that you want to drive the vehicle I was. It's like how people go to Bob Marley's, where he's buried. They go there just to sit on a rock where Bob used to sit. Or just to, it's not just that they just want to sit on a rock, but they want to feel what Bob was feeling. Because they want to be Bob, but still they know they can't be Bob, but they want to feel that. So that's why they
respect so much that they wanted to see what he saw.
What he thought and what he was feeling, which is no problem because he already got the feeling out of it. That first feeling is the best.
He got what he wanted from it.
Yeah.
It's like
the first high. Yeah. I don't mean to say this, but the first high is the one that you keep wanting, but there's never the first.
Yeah.
You can't be the
agree with you.
first.
No, I agree with you. You know, there's a difference to say that you know, that first hit of cocaine, or that, you know, first time you kiss a girl.
Yeah.
You know, there's always that first time where it's like
there's a first for everything.
There's a first for everything, and
you know,
there's nothing to say that, you know, I don't like saying with a boyfriend girlfriend, and then if they break up, the guy can have it because it's their second hand, because no human is second hand.
No human is second hand.
I don't agree with second human hand. But
I mean, okay, the point is this though.
If you love the girl that I've broken up with, and it's been an appropriate amount of time, and you're happy with her and she's happy with you, why not?
Exactly.
If I'm over it and it doesn't hurt me anymore,
then go ahead.
Go for it. Have fun.
Why I think it doesn't hurt me? Look, a guy taught me one time in a song. It says, "Every man's woman was another man's woman."
Yeah.
And a guy taught me one time in Jamaica, women go from man to man like money goes from hand to hand.
Yeah.
So while she was with you, she went to another dude.
Yeah.
She went to another dude. It's not about whether she went with another dude is the shame.
Before you, she was with another dude.
It's about you knowing she was with another dude, but you remain with her. That's the shame. Because then it's like you're saying, okay, you can be you can do whatever you want, and I'm just accepting it. But the point is this, as I say, if you love someone first and then that person act a certain way and you're not pleased with it and you go your way, it's not that you disrespect the person, it's just that person is not fulfilling you in the way.
Yeah, it's changed. The relationship has changed.
Right. So if, as I say, I don't want to say, oh, people are secondhand. I would never say women are secondhand, but if I just use that second, because it's still a good analogy, saying that a car, you buy it, you get that new smell, you get that stuff, and then once the person has gotten all of that out of it, and they say, oh, they just want to put it back out there, and the next person want to drive it, and they feel good with the second hand.
Yeah,
that's it.
You know, secondhand woman. I agree with you. It's not really a great term.
It's not a great term, but it's still a good analogy.
It's a good analogy. Yeah, that they're not damaged goods, but they're used. Goods. They're not new.
And you can't ever not say they didn't.
But they're new to you.
Yeah, but you can't. If you were driving the car, if I would say I was driving the car first, and then you got the second-hand car,
it'd be new to me.
It would be new to you, but it still can never deny the fact that I used to drive it.
Yeah,
and it still can't. No matter as long as you drive that car, you're always going to think in your mind at some point it will pop up to you. Andrew used to drive that car.
Yeah. You know, Andrew was involved in this.
Right.
Andrew had this before I did.
Right. And especially if there was pictures with Andrew on the car, you're going to be with the woman, and every time you look at the pictures, you're going to say, oh, that's my wife, but look where my wife was sitting. If you have that humility in yourself to see that before she was sitting on a dude's lap, and you can see pictures of it, and it will always be there, and she herself loves those pictures, that she keeps them and cherishes them, and you're all right with that,
Yeah, well,
There's no problem
there's something
with
to
me.
say with this. There's no problem with me either there, because you know what? Those experiences made her who she is, which made her who I like.
Exactly.
Even if it ended badly, she had good memories with the person.
Exactly, and I mean,
So
the
whatever,
photos speak 1,000 words.
Yeah,
and forever.
if she had a good experience, and that helped create who I like.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I'm
she
not
loved
going
me
to
for a
deny.
reason. She didn't just come around with it. Wasn't just.
I'm not going to deny her the idea of her. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, you were never with anyone.
You might even put it by your bedstand. I mean,
why not? It's who she was. If she looks good in the picture, even better.
Exactly. I mean, if she looks good, still might up in the picture. I mean, and you love seeing that you love that so much that you want to feel what I was feeling. More, you want to, like Little Wayne said one time. They asked him, they have some guys trying to be like him and dress like him, and he's like, how does he feel? He said, if there's people out there trying to be like him, he can't knock that. He will not.
Imitation is the best form of respect or whatever.
You know what he said? He said there's a time when there was people he used to look up to, and he would try to cut his hair like how they cut his hair. He said he used to do that himself, so he would not knock somebody else because people imitate people every day.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, because imitation is the best form of flattery in a way.
Right.
Because you want to experience or feel what they felt.
Right, but you still
back to the same Bob Marley Stone story.
You still will never know because you're not the person, so you still will never know.
You're not gonna have the same doors. You're not gonna have the same experiences.
Yeah,
and just because you have the same haircut doesn't mean your perspective's the same as the person.
Exactly.
It's not gonna change.
Right,
how you experience things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what I mean, certain things have their time, you know what I mean? And sometimes we feel like, happy with what we have and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden something switch and it goes back, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just about moving forward, you know what I mean? It's not about looking back, it's not about hating on anybody, it's just about being respectful to the next person and love and tolerance. Mm-hmm. And don't ever just be foolish and think because somebody's telling you, oh, they love you and this and that. Really check out why the person is loving you, what they're loving you for, because you have some people out there who like to tell you, oh, they love you and stuff, and they're really using you. So you have to really be wise on your eyes and check that.
I know that feeling.
Exactly.
I've had that before.
Which is another thing about, I mean, women go from man to man, and it's like, okay, she might be with this man, and that man might just decide, say, okay, go ahead, and the next guy take her up. And not only her you're gonna be with all the other same, problems, because just as she was cheating on this guy or doing whatever, she's gonna do it back to you. You know what I mean? In no time. You know what I mean? And then you deal with anxiety. So that's just really it.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to get to class soon. Yeah. So, Andrew Gentles, thank you, my friend. Yep. Always a pleasure. I'm Derek.
Always good to talk, and we're going to talk again.
We're going to do it again. I don't know what we're going to do with this quite yet, but we'll do something with it. I'll give you a copy of it, and we'll go home and fiddle with it and see what we can get.
Exactly. Fiddle with it, man.
I'm Derek Asselin.
Play in the same play. Play with the same toys I play with.
I'm trying to do a cutout. Wait, come on. I'm Derek Asselin.
I'm Andrew, the Lyrical Warrior.
And we'll talk to you soon.